Hey kids, we missed you. Me and Miss Kelly missed you, but we're closer to getting back to church, hopefully, in a few weeks. But we're moving on to chapter 4, and we're going to be talking about out of Egypt. Alright? So when Jacob moved his family from Canaan to live with Joseph in Egypt, they were a clan of 70 people. For hundreds of years, God's people lived peacefully and safely in Egypt, and their numbers grew. But then a new Pharaoh took over. He was afraid of God's people because their commitment to God was strong and they had become a powerful nation just as God had promised. So the king of Egypt forced them to work as his slaves. But God had a plan. He wasn't going to allow his people to be slaves forever. God would lead them to the land he had promised. But first God had to find a leader to guide his people into freedom. Moses becomes a leader. A Hebrew woman named Jochebed gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, and Pharaoh wanted all the Hebrew baby boys killed, so she hid her precious child to keep him safe. Please, God, help my son. Please, God, help save my son, she prayed. She placed the baby in a basket and floated it in the Nile River. Miriam, the baby's sister, watched from a distance. When Pharaoh's daughter came to the river to bathe, she spotted the basket and the reeds. Poor child, said the princess. He is a Hebrew baby. I will keep him as my own and call him Moses, because I brought him out of the water. Moses became the son of the princess. He grew up in the palace in Egypt. But when Pharaoh tried to kill him for harming an Egyptian, Moses ran away to the desert. So Moses lived in the desert of Midian for many years. One day on Mount Horeb, the mountain of God, Moses noticed a bush covered in flames. He wondered, why isn't the bush burning up? Suddenly a voice boomed out of the flames. Moses, Moses, do not come any closer. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have heard the cries of my people. I'm going to rescue them. Go back to Egypt. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Moses was shaken. No, Lord, not me. Who am I to talk to Pharaoh? Send someone else. I will be with you, Moses. Here is a sign to show that I sent you. Throw your staff on the ground, and it will turn into a snake. Moses did as God instructed, and a snake slithered on the ground where the staff had been. Moses grabbed the snake's tail, and it turned into a staff again. Moses saw God's power. Now Moses was ready to lead God's people. God's message for this part. I have heard the cries of my people longing to be free. I will come to their aid, and I will break the bonds that tie them. I will show the people of Egypt that there is no God greater than me. Alright kids, that's it for that story, and I'll read you another one in a couple days.